Yo, what's popping, gang? What's popping, gang? Welcome back to Fast Time Effects Hobo Blues. Yep, and it's another episode, another video, guys. And today we're going to do this week's analysis, the recap. All right. So if this is the first time you're watching this video, or this is the first time you just came across this channel, kindly stick around because this channel is always late. We do forex analysis in depth, guys. All right, so maybe after watching the video to the end and you find it interesting, or if you learn something out of it, guys, you might consider hitting the subscribe button. All right, so today I'm going to give you this week recap, and then I'm going to explain the reasons why I did take the trade, what I saw, and blah blah blah. All right, okay, guys, so first things first, guys. This week I've not taken any loss, which is amazing. Okay, we have, let's start with the USD ZAR. I believe if you have been watching my previous video this week, guys, you saw this same pair, guys, that I did also talk about before this movement to the upper side, guys. You can see take profit was smashed around 209 pips, which is crazy and amazing. Right, so guys, I held this position for 3 days, and yesterday it hit my take profit and really went past the take profit. Right, so guys, let me see, okay, let me just remove everything. All right, so what did I see before taking this trade, guys? Okay, let me just draw. Remember my previous video, guys, I talked about how to draw trend lines. So this is the same concept that I did use to analyze this market. So I had my first touch from that I mean the first leg of the inverted V, then now all the way to the up. So you can see now we had that trend line passed through the previous lows of that upper trend, right? So you can see over here. So now the market was pulling back to this zone. Okay, this was the next target. So now my eyes were still open, and I was really keen to see what the market was doing. So this is the 4-hour chart. So I went down to the lower time frame, guys. It's just the same basics thing that I've been doing and I've been teaching you from the previous video. So this is what's up, guys. So at the hour time frame, the market was giving us something different. We had lower low over here, we had a lower high, lower low, then now price went back to give us a new lower high. But then I had this resistance. I do that. Then we have the first touch over here, then the second one, then the third one. So now I believe most people, as you can see, there are some reds over here. Most newbies or maybe some retail traders try to take some sales over there, maybe stop loss above that trend line. We maybe if they had it, but I believe most did not have that. So let me just remove that trend line. So I believe most people did that, took their seller entry, then now targeted all the way down. But then you can see they were stopped out. But I was seeing something different from most people, most retail traders. Of course, I'm also a retail trader, but then you need to see what the market is telling you before you react to that, right? So with that, I had that trend line drew, but then I also identified that previous high, the immediate previous high, guys. You can see over here, let me just draw that, this zone over here, that was a very crucial zone over there. So I had to draw my support, resistance over here. Right, so all I had to do was just to wait for price to break out from this zone. Okay, and you can see I had that with the 1 hour candlestick. Of course, I waited for 1 hour candlestick to break this candlestick over here. Okay, let me just remove this. Okay, so we can see this joint over here, that candlestick breaking above this resistance over here. Come on, right? So with that, that's a very good sign. So but then my target, of course, was this high, and you can see price went all the way up and then passed my anticipated take profit, which was 209 pips. All right, so this just move happened yesterday, but then there was something in the lower time frame. We had some pullbacks, but then I was not worried about that because I believed what price was trying to do was different from what sellers were seeing. Okay. 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 All right. So this is what was happening. Let me remove these two. Okay. You can see that price went up, but then there was still a push to the downside. This, I believe, was a trap. So maybe some people had to take with this great Marubuzu candlestick that engulfed that joint. I believe some sellers did that, took that sell entry, then stop loss above their resistance. Okay, then maybe target all the way to down this previous support. But then you can see what was happening. I mean, what just happened? They was taken out 59 pips. Of course, they were targeting 110 pips. Then the stop loss 59 pips, but then they was taken out. Okay, so it was all about just understanding what the market was trying to say. Okay, then we had USDCAD too, guys. USDCAD was also amazing. Let me just show you the guys. If you watched my previous video, all this the whole week I've been talking about these pairs. Okay, how I've been holding them and a bit the psychological part of it. So this is USD, I mean the NZD card. Come on, NZD card. Also, let me just explain that. Okay, let me remove my drawings, then start afresh. Let me show you. Okay, how I drew the trend lines, what was on my mind. All right. Okay. So first things first, I did identify this zone over here. And then okay, I said okay, now I can see something called a reversal pattern. That's a double bottom, guys. You can see that W was coming, right? But then there was also something, of course. I had this joint over here. Boom. Okay, so with that in mind, of course, these are reversal, these are W, these are W. Then inside also this trend line, I can also see another reversal pattern, a W. I hope you guys can see that. Okay, so my main anticipation was just to wait for price to break out of this joint. You can see over here, this was the immediate high. Okay, that was the immediate high, this joint over here, that zone. So when I went to the 1 hour, all I had to do was to wait. Okay, despite all, price took some time before breaking this joint over here. And then the reason why I had this also a support over here, or that trend line, I went to the 15 to see if something was happening or something was cooking. Okay, at the lower time frame, of course, I was expecting higher highs and higher lows. Then that was what's up. So this was what's up. But then I believe some people also of course the most retail traders, let me say that, or newbies, they usually expect when price breaks from a zone. For example, this was a resistance, and price broke that resistance, so they was expecting a pullback, and that is what was just happening. Either way, I think some also are still in their thought that we were still in a downtrend. Of course, that was up, so they did take their sell entry. Of course, let me just show you what was happening, because there's some reds, of course, over here. So you can see, let's say some people did take their sell entry over here with that candlestick, then stop loss above the resistance over here, the previous zone over here, of course, then target maybe all the way down, whichever. But then forgetting that this trend is still in an uptrend, maybe if you did not see that. But then you can see they were stopped out either way. Okay, price took them out. Then now let's go to the 1 hour. I just have to wait for price or the candlestick to close bullish. That is because I was buying. I just had to wait for price to close bullish above this resistance that I had drawn. Of course, you can see that candlestick that I'm talking about. We have this joint over, come on, we have this joint over here, this candlestick. Okay, believe you can see that. Okay, and then the rest was history, gang. This rest was history. So price just, you know, that's crazy, that's amazing. Of course, I did not wait for price to take my profit. I had to close it. I had to close it early enough. You can see price also, but of course, even if I held it for long, price will just continue going up, and I believe so, because the analysis was great. Price missed the take profit with come on, 9 pips, so I just had to close that manually, right? So let me just adjust this, of course. Just adjust that, of course. That's nice. 103 pips, which is so amazing. And then that is NZD card. I had Aussie yen, of course. Aussie yen, yeah. Aussie yen was also amazing, guys. You guys, I believe if you just watch my previous videos, this week's videos, you can see the same pairs that I'm talking about, how they was looking like before this movement, of course. Let me just come on, man. I'll just explain this. I'll remove everything, guys. Just remove everything, of course, then show you the same concept, guys. That's what I did. We have this joint, of course. We have to identify the general direction of the market and the support, or the resistance, or the demand, the supply zone. So those are the zones that you must identify. So then I went back to the 1 hour and see what was happening. So at the hourly time frame, price was still in an uptrend, of course. How do I see that? Before this major movement, this joint, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Let me just draw. Let me use the drawing tool. Okay. Where you let me just use a brush, right? So before this major movement, this one, before this movement over here, this is where the price was looking. I mean, this is where the price was at. So I saw this uptrend, of course. This was an uptrend. Okay. So then after that, of course, I just had to identify the immediate low, the previous immediate low, which was this joint over here, right? So this was the joint. Okay. So you can see then price came down, then bounced off, but then I did not take that sell entry immediately. So I believe those people who are still in the lower time frame did take a buy over there. Let me just show you that manipulation. Let me just show you how these markets do manipulate people. Okay, let me just show you that. Okay, of course, you can see another one. This market gave us a double bottom. That was a lie. That was a false double bottom, right? So maybe I believe some people usually have placed their limits or their sell buy stop, whichever, then maybe target all the way up, maybe over there. Stop loss below the previous support, of course, making it tighter, but then they were stopped out because you did not see the general direction, or you did not understand what price was doing. So all you just had to see, just open your eyes and understand what the market is doing. Like, the market usually communicate, guys. The market usually tells you what to do. Okay, so I just had to, now this is the 1 hour, I just had to wait for a 1 hour candlestick to close bearish now below this zone over here, and that is this joint over here, that reddish candlestick. Okay, but then I did not have to panic when this was happening, those pullbacks. I just have to be, I just had to be calm, because I knew at the end of it, price was still in a bearish form, so it just had to go down. So you can see the resistance history, that is 75. Let me see something on EURCAD. Okay, yeah, EURCAD smashed too. But then EURCAD I did analyze on the hourly, of course. I did not use the 4 hours time frame. I just saw something the 1 hour time frame, of course. So EURCAD had some amazing movement too, but then there was just little profit, 40 pips. You can see, of course, just had to identify, guys. Like I say, just have to draw from that previous, the immediate one. Okay, then see, boom. Okay, so this was the first touch, second touch, now the third one. So I believe this was a false break. There was this false break candlestick. So if you did take a sell over here, then you was hit. Okay, so after identifying this joint, I also had to identify this low over here. Okay, so for price to just give me a clear indication that now it's going still in a downtrend, of course, with this, I'll just go back to the 15 in a minute. So if price broke this joint, I just had to take a sell, then maybe target all the way down. But then that did not happen. So I went to the 15, then identified some zones. Of course, guys, this is the same boring strategy that I'm just using and I've been teaching. I'm not going to change anything anytime soon. Okay, so you can see this was up. I had to just identify those zones. So now, of course, we are still in downtrend in the lower time frame, that is the 15. So all I just had to do was just identify this zone over here. That was the immediate high. Okay, this was the immediate high. So I just had to draw that resistance over here, as you can see, then wait for a break above that resistance. So guys, like I explained yesterday in my previous video, price went all the way up. Of course, let me go back to the 1 hour now, because that is where I did take that entry. Let me show you. Patience, gang. Patience is the key. Okay, do not chase the trades, let the trades come to you. If you chase the trades, then you're on your own. You'll be on your own. All right, so you can see, come on, let me zoom this joint. Okay, let me remove. You can see that there's this candlestick that has a wick. Okay, now news came out, guys, but then this was what happened. Price went all the way up, but then I could not take that by entry either way, because I could have been risking more than I was willing to, risk. So I just had maybe some, I have to go by my rules. So I just had to wait for price to come back and then maybe take a buy entry. But then it went down back. Then after that candlestick, 1 hour candlestick, this is what I'm talking about, closed above this resistance. I just had to take that buy entry immediately. I did not even care what was happening. This retracement with this, you can see there's this week, then price went all the way up to my direction. Actually did 1 2 3 maybe 3 hours later, right? Yeah, 3 hours later hit that take profit. Okay, because now these are 3 candlestick on the hourly time frame. So I did not chase that trade, guys. It's all about being patient. All right. Alright, so I believe those are the trades that I did take. And then today also I did take a trade on AUDJPY, but then I was in profit, and then NFP was coming. Of course, NFP was coming, so I had to adjust my stop loss to break even. Funny enough, the trade went back against me, and then now, instead of closing me at 0, guys, it took my $15. But no problem, though. I was angry. Of course, I was angry about that, because I had my stop loss at break even, but then the broker closed at $15 stop loss, which was crazy. I was expecting a 0, but then no problem. Either way, I'm still happy, because now you can see the market. Actually, I did sell, but you can see I've just analyzed the market in another way. I've seen it in another angle, but then I'm happy that now I was out before this major movement, right? So the next video tomorrow, I will be analyzing maybe the next week's trade. Okay, I will be analyzing the next week trade. So I don't want to waste much of your time, guys, so expect the analysis tomorrow. So yeah, I believe that's all, gang. So until next time, maybe if you learned something, guys, consider smashing the subscribe button, man. Let me give you a second. Come on, smash the subscribe button. All right. So thank you guys for being there, and thank you guys for showing me the love and the support that you guys are showing me. Okay, I can see that the family is really growing rapidly, guys. The subscribers are really coming in. Those new subscribers, kindly welcome to the family. All right, then stick around, guys. Do not be scared. If you have any question, guys, always feel free to hit me in the comment box below, right? And I will always be there to answer your question, or I'll be there to help you out. So yeah, until next time, gang, adios amigos.